Rockin Rant number 23. These teeny bopper type celebrities, the Kendall Jenners and the Justin Biebers and these guys running around in Metallica shirts and Slayer shirts and Iron Maiden shirts and rock fans going like, how dare you? Well, wait a minute. I think there might be a little bit more to what's going on. In fact, there might be something really cool going on. Want to find out what it is? Stick around. You're listening to the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus, changing rock history one podcast at a time. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus. I want to send a little shout out real quick to Mike Szymanski, who is hanging out with me live tonight. Yes, you can hang out live here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how you can do that at the end of today's show. But first, you are listening to Ludini Rock and Roll Circus, and our website is ludinirockandrollcircus.com. There are all kind of cool things there, including the daily shows, which you're listening to right now. I do a lot of artist interviews, as well as our live show, the Ludini Hard Rock and Metal Circus. Find out more all about that at ludinirockandrollcircus.com. So let's get into this. You got these, you know, the Justin Biebers and the Miley Cyruses and the Kendall Jenners and blah, 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 these, you know, kids running around in Iron Maiden t-shirts and Stones t-shirts and Metallica t-shirts, and they don't even know really who these bands are or what they stand for. Now, I know that this aggravates a lot of rock fans. I think that part of that is that they feel that, like, well, you know, you don't know anything about this music, and there is a sort of code around this music. People that love rock, people that love metal, hard rock, etc., rockabilly, you know, kind of feel like this music belongs to them. And when they see a quote unquote outsider, you know, wearing this garb, they're like, what you talk about, Willis? Anybody get that reference? So I think that there's a little bit of this sort of like, hey, this is our music. How dare you try to get in on it? You suck. And we don't want anything to do with you. I think that is a large part of the mentality here. And that may or may not be justified. There's a bigger picture, though, to this whole thing. And that is this. First of all, there's an old expression in show business that goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And the more that people wear a band's t-shirt, the more people are going to find out who that band is, what it's all about, and they may or may not get interested in that band. Some of them might. I also suspect that there is a monetary advantage because most bands make the least amount of money with the actual music these days. Where the most amount of money comes from with bands is things like VIP packages and things like that, but also merchandise. So if Iron Maiden can license that t-shirt and Lady Gaga is wearing it, and kids see Lady Gaga and they want to emulate that, they go buy Iron Maiden t-shirts. It actually helps Iron Maiden. They're not really hurting Iron Maiden. So this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I see both sides of it. I can understand why you would feel offended by it. But on the other hand, I think you have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture and say that, hey, you know, these bands are getting some publicity. They're getting some free publicity, like in a really big way. Shit, man, I would love to see Lady Gaga wearing a Ludini Rock and Roll Circus t-shirt. Maybe I'll send her one. So that's my opinion on it. What do you guys think? I think it's, you know, I think there's both sides to it. I would love to discuss it more. We've run some posts on Facebook and I've gotten both sides of it. I see both sides, so tell me what you think, all right? Ludini Rock and Roll Circus is what you've been listening to. Hey, guys, if you'd like to party with me live, let's see who else is hanging out with us live. We had Mike Szymanski. We have Ed Roman. If you would like to be part of the Cool Guys Club or the Cool Girls Club, check out Lombardi Music. lou.com/inner circle, loulombardimusic.com/inner circle. That is our private group. You can get in, you can hang out with me live while I'm doing these things. You know, sometimes people throw zingers at me, and I'll throw them right out there, and I'll mention your name, so you get a little mention here on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus when you do it. There's also a lot of other cool benefits. First of all, it's an awesome community of people that love great guitar-driven rock. There is access to free downloads of really cool music, access to, there's special t-shirts and things that you're not going to find out about just in the general listening of the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. So there's some exclusive merchandise there, exclusive music, exclusive videos, a lot of cool stuff, things you can get in on first before anybody else. And like I said, it's a cool group of people. So you can find out more about that at loulombardimusic.com/inner circle. Guys, it's been a long day. I've been out of the daily podcast thing for a couple of days, and I'm just getting my feet back into it. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, what do you think about these sort of teeny bopper celebrities running around in rock t-shirts? I'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I'll catch you guys all on the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.